Hello folks, this is Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Auto Detailing. What I have here in front of me is an older Kubota tractor. It's a B6200 series. I have a customer that wanted me to wash it, clean it, degrease it, and then we started talking about the condition of the paint. Now, the paint on this tractor is pretty beat up. This tractor is probably, I don't know, I want to say over 10, 15 years old. But here's the deal. My customer was asking me, is there any way we can just restore some pop to it? I'm not looking for absolute perfection. I just want to get it to kind of shine a little bit, kind of breathe some life into it. So I was talking to him about it, and I thought of something that I wanted to do. When I do paint correction on a car, there's a product that I like based on my customer's needs, expectations, and their budget. And it's called HD Speed. This is what some of you are already using to some degree if you're buying waxes from a big chain store like Walmart or your parts store or whatever. This is actually a cleaner wax. It's what we call in the industry an all-in-one. It has the ability to remove light scratches and swirls. It can polish the paint at the same time and then lay a layer of protection on the surface of this tractor. So I'm going to use this because, again, we don't want to break the bank. We're not looking to get absolute perfection here. It's not appropriate. This is an old tractor. It's going to get scratched up. It's going to get beat up. We just wanted to breathe a little bit of life into it, make it look sweet as we could, again, without breaking the bank. And this is the product I recommended to him. It's HD Speed. Again, it's an all-in-one. It's a professional grade all-in-one polish. And what I'm going to do is, with a dual action polisher, and what I have on this dual action polisher is a Lake Country Force Pad. This is actually a medium grade or medium cut polishing pad. It's got a little bit of bite to it. This HD Speed is not overly aggressive. The compounds within this polish, or this all-in-one, is not all that aggressive. It's not going to be lights out, automatically remove some of the biggest swirls and scratches you've ever seen. But again, it's appropriate for what we're trying to do here. One, we just want to breathe some life into it, remove some of the light scratches, and restore this orange finish to this Kubota, and then lay some wax behind or some form of protection. So that's why I'm going to use this. But I'm going to apply it to this Lake Country Force Pad. It's got a little bit of bite. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that this has some bite to it in combination with the compound or this polish, this all-in-one. Technically, it's a cleaner wax, all-in-one cleaner wax. So I just wanted to bring you guys in and just, I think it's kind of funny to be able to, to do some form of paint correction. But if I'm going to apply a wax to this thing anyway, I might as well take advantage of using a professional grade all-in-one cleaner wax to kind of get a little bit more punch or a little bit more kick out of the dollar, if that kind of makes sense. So I have this pad attached to just an everyday normal DA, nothing fancy here. I don't need to break out a Roops. I don't need to break out some large throw Griot's Boss machine to kind of dial this tractor in based on our expectations. So I'm just going to do this for you, show you guys how this product works, because this product works exceptionally well, especially on cars. And bringing this point up, most of you that are watching this video, if you have a car at home, it's probably a base coat, clear coat type of finish. It's got a clear coat on it. This tractor doesn't have a clear coat. It's got a metal substrate, and then it just has some orange paint on top of it. There's a primer below it, and then just paint. There's no clear coat on it. So when I actually run the dual action polisher with the combination of the all-in-one cleaner wax, I'm going to remove a very small layer of the paint. You're doing the same thing with clear coat, you just don't see it because it's clear. You don't tend to see it on the face of the pad. But again, this pad is orange. I may not see all that much paint being transferred to the pad, but it's no doubt going to happen because it's got some aggressive, or I should say mildly aggressive abrasives within this polish. So it's going to look this way. I'm going to take this thing here, I'm going to shake up my HD Speed, and I'm only going to do the surface of this hood. I don't need all that much, but I'm just going to put a little bit on the surface of this pad, maybe a couple little drops. Some guys say put 3 or 4 dime-sized or pea-sized amounts of product. I don't know. I just kind of do that, just lightly put it all over the surface of the pad. I'm not, I don't have huge drops on it, but it looks like a lot, but it's not. It's just small little dots all over the pad. Now, I've already washed the tractor, and I've already clay barred it, so I've removed all the bonded contaminants and all the unbonded contaminants from the paint, so it's ready to go. When I first turn this machine on, I'm going to turn it on to about speed 2. I just want to spread the product out, and then I'm going to ramp up to about speed 5. I'm going to slow my arm speed down. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure so I'm engaging the compound or the polish into the paint. If you're doing any type of paint correction at all, and if you look like a wild man going across that paint, you're not doing anything. You got to slow down when you're using a dual action polisher. You have to apply the right amount of pressure, make sure the pad is always spinning, and slow down your arm speed. In fact, the slower you go, in essence, the faster you'll get the job done. Because if you go too fast, you're not doing anything, you're just wasting a lot of elbow grease and effort, and you'll have to do it again. So here I go. I'm going to do one side of this panel. I'll bring you in. I'm kind of curious of what the HD speed's going to do to a single stage paint on an old time Kubota tractor. So this will be a little fun. So here we go. Just going to bring a rag in here and wipe off the excess. And again, this all-in-one polish, because it lays a layer of wax behind, some form of protection, this is going to do the job just right for me, and it's going to suit my customer's budget and expectations. And I want to bring you in and have you take a look at this here. And if I touch this surface of this panel that I just paint corrected, if you want to call it that, it's just a very light paint correction. I'm just removing some light imperfections from the paint and restoring some pop to it. But I think the video is going to pick it up. Over there it looks pretty dull, faded, and over here it's got a nice shiny gloss to it, and I kind of restored some of that orange look back to the paint. And I think this is absolutely appropriate for the year of this tractor, how often this tractor gets used. It's going to continue to get beat up, but now it's got some nice protection on it. It'll help preserve this tractor to some level, to some extent. But I'll bring you in, we'll get a closer shot of what this looks like, and you'll see the before and after, if you will, of that HD speed in action. Bear with me, I know it's a little shaky. But here's the surface of this tractor. Now again, this tractor's pretty beat up, it's old, it's got a lot of damage to it, a lot of deep scratches in it. We're not looking to restore that. What we're trying to do is just bring back some of this level of the paint, get it to be a little bit more orange like the day it was when the customer bought it, and then lay some protection down. So that's what the surface looks like there, just going over it lightly with HD speed. Again, is this paint perfect? No, absolutely not. But we're not looking perfection either. And then I'll bring you up here and we'll look at the old faded orange there, and I think you can see a nice 50-50 there. Now that just took a matter of a couple of minutes to be able to, this paint here is oxidized, it's not shiny, it's not glossy, it's faded. Of course it's scratched, but we're not trying to remove those scratches. That's not what we're trying to do here. We just want to put a little bit of life into this tractor. And if I come back down here, just with going over that area maybe 5 or 6 times with very little pressure and using HD speed, I've been able to breathe a little bit of life into the top of this hood, and my customer is going to absolutely love this and appreciate this. This is exactly what he's looking for. It's what he's paying for. It's what he wants. He doesn't want to break the bank, but he just wants to breathe a little bit of life into it. So if you ever get your hands on HD speed made by 3D Car Products, yes, it works great on cars, but boy, I just wanted to see if it would work great on this little old-time tractor. And I've restored some nice gloss and shine there. It's got some protection on the paint now. And again, this is a single stage paint. This is not the paint that you have on your car most likely with a clear coat on it. This is just the substrate's made out of metal. And then of course it's got a primer and then the paint, just a single stage paint. And I'll come slowly back up this hood. Looks nice, shiny, glossy. Restored some level of orange pop. Then when we come up here, boy, that just looks horrible. All dull, faded, oxidized, if that's what you want to call it. And then back down here to what we're looking for. Alright guys, I know it was a little bit of a silly video about paint correction, but I absolutely love this product, HD Speed. It makes my life incredibly easy, and it helps my customers be able to spend a little extra money without breaking the bank and giving them the best bang for their dollar, and that's why I'm in love with HD Speed. I appreciate it guys. Until next time, be safe.